Hey there, guys. So it's been a little bit longer than I anticipated between. So my computer's holding the last two videos that I have edited and ready to export hostage. Since it is running low on RAM, at least enough to export those videos, and it's also maxing out the CPU on my laptop. Now my laptop is, I want to say, about 6 years old, running an i5. So I'm not too surprised by that, and I kind of anticipated. So I kind of anticipated this, at least with the RAM, not so much the CPU, because it was already kind of sometimes coding out on me when I was just doing music editing, which uses a lot fewer resources than video editing and then exporting as well. So what I decided to do is to go ahead and get started with the year 1999 and go through all that wonderful music. And I don't know if it's just my memory or what, but looking through this list, there was a lot more awesome music than I was expecting to be on this list. And it's funny because I'm just going to start with just the number ones throughout 1999. And the strangest thing is, in my memory at least, I figured some of these songs came out years apart, but I guess they all came out in the same year. So the first number one of 1999 was I'm Your Angel by R. Kelly and Celine Dion. Now, I don't really know this song. I guess it was a good one. It was written by the human super soaker himself and, Celine Dion. So I guess it was a good song. The next one is Have You Ever? And that one really surprised me because I thought that song came out much earlier than 99. And that inspired me to go on a nice little YouTube trip and just really appreciate the very underappreciated Brandy Norwood. So, I mean, that's just one of those classic songs that you never hear too often, but when you do, it's really good. And the next was Britney Spears' Baby One More Time. I expected this one to be on the list. I knew that was when it came out. And I don't think there's really too much for me to have to say about that one. I think we all know it, whether you love it or hate it or feel indifferent about it. You cannot deny that it was a huge song in 1999. And even to this day, Britney Spears still continues to be a very prominent artist in the music industry. Following that up, the fourth number one of 1999 was Monica with Angel of Mine, another classic R&B song, another song that I also thought came out much earlier in the 90s, but I guess not. Following that is Cher with Believe. I believe that was one of her comeback songs after who knows how long. It was one of my first introductions to Cher outside of Sonny and Cher with I've Got You Babe. So that was a really cool song. And then there's No Scrubs, that we all know and still to this day is quoted in memes and videos and shows all around. So much love to Lisa Lopez, rest in peace, Left Eye. And then that's followed up very quickly with Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin, another huge song from the 90s, quickly followed up by another Latina artist, that would be Miss Jennifer Lopez, the Boricua herself, with If You Had My Love. So that was another good one and very fun song. We have Bills, Bills, Bills by Destiny's Child. Man, that was sixth grade for me, I guess. That's when I definitely remember from that time period being just right. And then that song's followed up with Wild Wild West. We're now into the summer of 1999. This song was Will Smith and Drew Hill, Cool Mo D. So that was another classic soundtrack song. My brother played it all the time during this time of our life. And yeah, I think I heard it more than enough times. So if I never hear it again, I don't want to say it'd be too soon, but it might be. Following up with that, we have Miss Christina Aguilera with Genie in a Bottle. That was during August, so my birth month. So it must have been a pretty good month for music and for life itself for me. So I was 11 years old. Following up Miss Christina Aguilera is Mr. Enrique Iglesias with Bailamos. That was another good one, another good bop, another jam from 1999, another song that I thought actually came out later than 99, but I guess not. That's followed up by another TLC, Unpretty. That was a very cool song. I thought that song was very different and huge. It was a huge departure from their typical R&B or hip hop style, stray from their typical sound, but it was still really awesome. I love the consciousness in that sound. I love the consciousness and the positivity in the lyrics of that song, and the guitar work, and the music in general is just great. I love that it was a departure from their typical, more traditional R&B, hip hop, rap style. Pardon me. That's followed up with Heartbreaker by Mariah Carey and Jay-Z. Another song that was just iconic for that time, and I actually thought came out earlier than 99 as well. There's not much more to say about that. Now that takes us into October. Now from the rest of October through December, the number one song was one of my favorite songs from this time era, and another introduction for me to another artist who had been making music for decades at this point. And it was also the introduction, unbeknownst to me, to Mr. Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20, which is a whole different story, which I might get into in another video. But the last song that was number one from October 23rd through the rest of December, that would be Smooth by Mr. Carlos Santana. And that is one of my all-time favorite songs from 1999. So that's not the list of things I will do. I might cover one or two of these songs, maybe more, we'll see. But then I'm going to look at the much larger list of songs that were released in 1999, and I'll be picking covers from that as well. A very, very fun list and exciting list. I don't know if you're excited about the list I just read, but I know that I am. And there are even more lists. So I will put the link up to this list, the link up to the list of all songs that were released in 1999, and some of the videos that were mentioned here as well. If you have a favorite song from 1999 that you'd like to share, please comment down below. Give me some suggestions of songs that you'd like to hear, because I know I'm having a hard time picking out which songs I would like to cover. There's just so many good ones. And so I'm thinking that BuzzFeed article might have been true in this regard. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I will get my computer built here pretty soon. I'm expecting maybe another month or so, spacing out the orders just so it doesn't take a big hit to my bank account. But yeah, and then once we get that machine up and running, get some videos exported for you guys, and we'll have lots of fun things to share. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you know someone who you think that might enjoy this, feel free to share with them as well. Thanks, guys.